find at CarolJo's.com, which is an online jewelry and accessory business for women. You can find all kinds of fun things there, but I do more than just make the jewelry and put it on my website. My social media is more about doing the creation of jewelry and teaching it. So we have tutorials, which is what we have tonight. We also have chat times, which tomorrow at I think 1 o'clock it is. I do have my schedule posted on all my social medias now. I figured out how to get it to YouTube, so you'll see it there. But you will find my schedule. And hi, Sissy. And there will be the chat time. Holy buckets, I forgot what it was tomorrow, where we just talk about running a small business, about making jewelry, or any questions you have. As our community, we just all answer the questions together and see how one person does it versus another, just sharing tips and tricks. It is a very open and positive community here. We also do sales. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we're going to have a silicone sale. We'll have one again in the afternoon on Wednesday. And we will also thank you for the heart me, Sissy. I appreciate that. We also do bead sales, which I will have this Friday night. And then we're going to do a cabochon sale on Saturday. And what I'm teaching tonight, you will be able to buy the cabochons and the settings on Saturday for. The other supplies have been up for grabs at different times, and if we need to bring them back, we can bring them on a bring back date. You just need to let me know. But what we're doing tonight is what I'm calling the Cabo, not Cabo, but Cabo, because it's a cabochon chic necklace. So like the necklace I am wearing. This is a 12 millimeter cabochon setting here, or cabochon, that is a faux druzy. So it's a resin necklace. It's made to look like, hi Melissa, like the druzies that you find in the middle of a geode, with the crystals and all that type of thing. And then I put it on a connector setting and then added the chain and the closure in the back. So that's what I'm wearing today. I do wear this a lot. You guys see me wear this one a lot. But here we have it, and I'm going to bring this one up close because this is a different style of a cabochon. This is a glass cabochon where we have a print in the back of it. And so it is like a boho floral look. You've got that greenish color background along with the yellow flowers. See if we can get that to be clearer. And you're getting my ring lights in it. Sorry, everybody. But that is, you can make it a boho style. So the one thing that I want to say about this is that you are able, whoops, let me flip that over, to add different necklaces. That's what I like. I'm loving it because when I thought about this and we were prepping for it, you can wear this and you can layer with it. The trend for this summer is the layered necklace looks. I have a hard time doing the layered necklace myself personally, but I'm giving you guys lots of ideas of how you can layer it. So that's the one thing that I want you guys to be able to know and like and such, is that you can layer this necklace along with some other ones and create some fun, neat necklace layered looks. The other one, I have not done what do I want to say? The example of Friday's class, which we are calling Cabo Pow, or Cab Pow. Cab Pow is what we're calling that one. CAB-POW. But I'm going to show you. I didn't have a chance to put it in a setting and get it ready yet. Hi, Mia. But like, here is one of the cabochons that we will have up for grabs on Saturday. We have a lot of these. And so I'm going to put that in a setting, and it can be longer. So you can mix these two style of necklaces, hi Geraldine, that I'm going to be showing today and on Friday. And this is just one of them. We have a lot of different cabochons and settings that we are going to be showing you. Hello, is it Carrie's? That we'll be showing on Saturday. So I'm hoping to spark some creativity with what we're doing here. So, but the sugar skulls here that I'm showing you, we probably have every sugar skull that we have 9, 10, or 11 of. So we don't have a huge amount of each kind, but I think, now that I think about it, I got to think about this. I'd say there's between 40 or so different ones, different looks to these. And we're going to bring them. That's why I say Saturday will probably be a longer one. But we will have these. We will have 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter. We're going to have ovals. We're going to have gemstones. We will have glass. We're going to have a lot of different ones. We will have some of the faux drusies like these. We will have a lot of settings. We will also have a few connectors. Getting the connectors right now is very difficult. So just to let you all know. And so I'm still trying to get more. But the thing is that all you need to make these is the setting, chain, and a closure. So that is what I want. And you can make these very, very quickly. When you see how fast these come together for something so simple, and then when you layer 3 necklaces that could be simple, but you can either sell them individually or you can sell them together. If you're someone that resells, it is something that will bring you back into what you've got for a lot, because they're just very minimal time for these. All right. I'm bringing up my backup so I can see comments better. As always, we did get to our 10 shares on YouTube, or not YouTube, TikTok, but we got to get to 10K and then I'll start doing giveaways. All right. And I'm going to bring up my backup account so I can read comments easier. It told me I was live. Yay! Yay me, I got it. So what you're going to need to be able to make this style necklace, the one that I'm going to do today, you need a connector setting, which a connector setting, I'm going to show you really close so that you understand what the difference between the two is. If you don't, there are 2 circles on a connector so that you can add something on both sides of it. The pendant style will only have like one of it. It'll look more like this. And that's more of a pendant style. So the connector has the 2 circles. So for this style of necklace, you do need the connector. You will need some sort of chain that goes with it. So you're going to need a cabochon, the connector, the chain, and then you need, sorry, I'm getting in my bags here because I didn't grab them out before. 1 lobster clasp, because that's the kind of closure I use, is a lobster clasp one. And then 2 split rings. You can use jump rings if you don't, if you want. I just try to use split rings as much as possible so that I know that my settings or my necklace is going to be secure. I do use jump rings every once in a while when the split ring doesn't fit inside the size of link that I have for my chain, or I do not have that color of metal in a split ring. So there are times that I will use a jump ring, but I prefer a split ring. But that is my preference. So instead of the split ring, you could use the jump rings if that's what you prefer. So just letting you know. You can do these depending on what kind of chain or the color of metal that you have for your setting. You can do different color of metals for this, for the chain, rather than your setting, which is one of the examples I'm going to show you tonight. We'll be doing that. Or you can have it all the same color of metal. I am always the same color of metal person. It's really hard for me to mix metals. So I'm going outside my box to show you this, but I think it'll look cool. So that's why I'm going to show it. Hi, Rainbow. How are you doing tonight? So from that perspective, I'm going to point you. Oh, I got to tell you the tools that you're going to need. You will need, I got to grab the ruler. You'll need a ruler. You will need 2. We're going to be making these tonight. We're going to have 2 chain nose and 1 split nose or split ring plier. And a split ring plier just has that little thing right down here, which it helps you open up a split ring. So this we're going to learn how to make tonight. I'm excited. Anybody else excited? You guys ask me about this necklace a lot, and that's why I'm like, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. So also, what you're going to need to glue your cabochon into the setting, I use E6000 glue. There is B6000 for the beading glue. There are other ones that you could use. So that is what I use for glue. I use the CABOCHIC settings. We're going to use the connector one. I have the connectors tonight in 12 millimeters. So that means I'm going to want a 12 millimeter CABOCHIC. I have two split. Why the two chain nose? I'll explain while we're working through it, Andy. Okay? It'll make sense when I show you. So I have a ton of different 12 millimeter. This is my personal collection. This isn't my what's up for sale. This is my 12. Yes, I even label my boxes, everybody. This is the 12 millimeter cabochons that I have. But each baggie has like a label. I wrote on it what is inside of it. Yes, I am. I didn't put them back here. I just put them in there. I want to use colors that are popular for the summer. So the colors are like bright red, or the like what I call like the red, white, and blue. That red and that blue, those two red and blues are extremely popular right now, but also some bright colors that just pop for the summer, and they can mix and match. So there's a lot of, it just has to be bright is what we're looking for. So let me see what we got here. I don't want to, I have mermaid tail ones. And you see how the mermaid tail, it's got that mermaid style on it. I'm just not a fan of those, but I have a whole bag of them. Let's see what I have. I don't know if I want to do, see, and this is the other thing. We will have, we're going to have the mood rings ones. I call them mood ring. The mood ones. I was going to say I could bring them up for sale sometime because I don't use the mermaid ones very often. Because they're just, I'm just not a fan of them. So I have some bohemian-like ones. So I could do like this one for one of them with a silver. So I'm going to do that one. But like I've got them in prints. So we've got different prints of like different, just whatever trips my trigger. Here we have nautical. And we have the sports ones. But we're not going to be using those. We're going to try to find things that are popular right now. During sports seasons, I use like the sports ones to mix earrings. And I just set them in a tray and make the post earrings, or sometimes I'll make the dangle. I will every once in a while do them as a pendant, but most of the time the moms want them as earrings. All right. I saw this one when I was flipping through, and I think I'm going to do a purple one. So I'm going to do two examples of how to glue it in. So that would be the purple. It's like a lilac purple. Almost matches my shirt. I didn't show it very well, but hey. So those are the two that we're going to glue in. So I need to get two settings here. All right. Now I'm going to point you all down. While I'm pointing you all down, I will not be able to see comments on YouTube because I do not have a backup account. Hi, Ann. And I will be able to see them if I look at the backup account for TikTok. So you guys are just going to go down for a little bit. There. Y'all should be seeing my bead mat now. Whoops, I need to get this out of the way. There we go. All right. This is the simplest necklace I think I've ever made, in all honesty, everybody, besides just making a chain necklace. I just take my E6000 glue. I always purchase the really small container of it because guess what? The larger container, I do not use it up before it goes bad. So all I do is I take the glue and I put it a little bit in the tray, smush it around, just a thin layer in that tray. I'm going to do both of them at the same time. And just a thin layer on both those trays. Okay. Then we're going to put our lid back on so we don't glue everything. You grab your cabochon. Since this is a connector and there is no right or wrong way to these, you just put it in that connector and push it down. Now, if you put too much glue in there, it will come out and you just need to remove it. You want to glue it so it stays in there, Andy. If you didn't glue it, when we turn it upside down, it would come out. We're going to put the flour one in the tray also. So I've got it in the tray and I'm just going to push it down in there. And that is going to, when I do these style of necklaces, well, there you go. I love that meaning, Rainbow. Rainbow says purple means royal, luxury, creativity, and spiritual. I cannot say the word tonight. Yeah, I will have the cabochons up for sale. The ones that I do have up for sale on Saturday. We're going to have different sizes and shapes. So that's how you put those in. Now, spiritual healing. I can say that one. Oh boy. But so I usually, when I do these, I like to let things go overnight. And so I will let them wait overnight. Someone said a no, and it was filtered. So if you can reword it, that would be awesome here on TikTok. Yep, I do 24 hours. And it's just to make sure my glue sets. I can make these yet tonight, but I just want to make sure. So I did up 2 examples here. I'm going to move these up just a little bit. Here is one that I used with the print. And this one is using the antique bronze metal connector. It's not silver. Let's see if I can get that to, there we go. Then I did one that is a cabochon in, it's not quite the exact same as what I have, but it is the white with an AB on it. Druzy looking one. And this one is in silver. So this is where you can decide what kind of chain do I want to do this with. And I decided for this one, we're going to use the gunmetal chain to go with it. We're going to mix up our metals. And on this one, I'm going to use silver. So we're going to make both of those. And if we feel like we have time at the end and I'm okay with it, we'll see about making those into necklaces too. All right. So I'm going to set those off so they don't distract me. We're going to bring these 2 down. Can you guys all see that good? All right. So I'm going to do this one first. So I'm going to move that one to the side. What you're going to do is each connector can be a different size because of the different ones. Hi, Crafty. So I'm going to measure it. And this one is 3/4 of an inch. So your closure is going to take up about 3/4 to an inch, depending on what size of closure you use. And with this being 3/4 of an inch, so you're looking at 1.5 inches is already being used up. The necklace that I'm wearing is an 18-inch. If you like it at that, what you would do is you would do 18 inches minus 1.5 inch, which equals to be 16.5 inches. You can do a toggle closure. I use lobster clasps. You can use whatever type of closure you like. I wouldn't suggest a barrel one. I'm just not a fan of barrels because of the way that they turn. Sometimes they can make your chain get just messed up in it, but you can use whatever you prefer. So with this, I've got 1.5 inches, so that's 16.5. Now I need to take my 16.5 and divide it by 2 because we're going to put it on each side. So that makes 18 1/4 inch of chain for each side of the necklace to get to 16.5. So that was our math lesson for today. Hey, I got one that has, that one's already got a ring on it. All right, where are my black? There we go. All right. I don't need the big one. I just need the little one. So I already had one in my container that had the split ring on it. Yay me, I was lucky. And I have another one over here. So I've got my closure ready. I'll show you how to put the split ring on the jump ring on the next one. Okay, everybody? Now we're going to measure out 8 1/4 inch of chain. Right to there. I'm going to use my 2 chain nose pliers and figure out which side. That one's the open side, so I want that one to go on top. And I'm going to open up that chain. One goes towards you, one goes away from you. Grab half of your closure, put it on there, and close it up. And that is, you close it up by going the opposite way that you did before. You never open up the chain like pulling your pliers this way. You always go like this way. Reason why is when you do this way, you distort the oval or the circle of what you're opening. So there is our half of our closure on the bottom of that length. I'm going to use that length, and I know this is going to sound weird, but this is how I figured it out. I do not have to always then measure out a second time and hope I'm measuring it the same. I either hold them with my finger, get something that I can put them in, and I find where those two go. And so we are right here. I'm going to open up this link. I use links that open. You don't have to. You can use soldered shut links if you like. If they are soldered shut, you just need to cut the one off after the link that you need. There we go. We're going to close that up. Whoop. So does that make sense now, Andy, why we are using 2 pliers? There we go. We have our 2 links. On the opposite end of the closure, we're going to open up that link. Put half of the one side of our connector on and close it up. And then go there. There we go. And then we're going to grab the other end of our closure. Open that up. Or not the closure, I'm sorry. The chain, and put it on the other end of the connector and close it up. There you are. And there you have it. I'm going to put it on the neck, but I want you guys to see it up close. So there is, whoops, he flipped around on me. That necklace with that cabochon. I'm going to take this example off. I'm going to probably point you guys up so you can see it easier. There it is. Mixed metal. Yep. I've got the mixed metals with that pendant. This is so easy. Did you guys ever think that this, when you have seen this necklace, would you have thought it was that easy to make? I really truly want you guys to know and tell me what you think. Yeah, and you can do these with a bracelet too. Okay, thank you for saying, because I'm like, everybody's like, I need you to make it. And I'm like, it's not that hard, but I never thought to stop and be like, I can show you guys. You will be able to make these necklaces in a few minutes. The biggest thing of all this is letting this dry in the setting. That is the longest they take. I think they are so cool. They're so simple and easy, and you can layer these. So I'm trying to see. Let me see if I have, I probably don't have the, nope, that's earrings. Ooh, let me see with this one. We did this one a while ago, so I don't know if this will go with it or not. Let me just check. This is when we were doing the slip knot necklaces where you can do the different links. Yes. Okay. Whoops, I can put this on there backwards. Hold on. Let me show you. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. This is out on YouTube so you guys can learn. The like button turned to different emoji things. But see, you can use cord with this and match your cord colors with that. And put on, like, this is just another flower. And I can bring this up a little bit because it's on that slide. Let's see if I went too far. Nope, I don't. Oop, I did. Let me go down just a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Who would have thunk it? Some people, and the thing is that nobody can figure out why you get the emoji that you're getting when you do the like. Sometimes you'll get a heart. Sometimes you'll get this like magic wand thing. And you'll get this like flower, or it's just different things. But that's what I wanted to show you guys and what I want. Because when you look at this, this is what's in style right now. And then add one other one up here. Hi, little Lulu. I have no idea. Nobody can figure it out today. Hi, Joya. And so this is what I'm talking about. Now you could add just a simple chain. And you can just add different things and make it layered. But this one here that we're doing tonight adds it so much easy. It's just like, whoa. So now the one thing I want to show you here is what I was thinking. Not this necklace, but some other ones maybe. Like, but if you did on a chain, a pendant down from it, it could be a bigger one, a smaller one. The prints might not go the greatest together. Let me put this one back on here, this example. Because this one, the colors in the sugar skull match the colors of that one. See how those will go together? If you would put this in like a black hematite. Yes, I will have them on Saturday. And I'm going to show you how to make a necklace with that one on. Okay, let me change it then. Jeez. That one, you know what the goal was? It's like, it was a good one. It said, love you so much. Let me go back to the other one. There is another one that people were able to do earlier. And that one was, there it is. It's You're Awesome. I loved that one. We're going to reset it. There we go. We'll do your, yes. Yep, so there we go. So that's what I wanted to show you guys tonight, is how you can change up different necklaces that we have been learning how to make and create those layers and create something really good. Hi, Sabrina Carpenter fan. How are you doing? So, and the thing is that by putting them on a neck out so people can see them, if you're someone that sells, that is how you can sell 3 necklaces. Really easy and simple. Okay? But we're going to do one more. I'm going to put you guys back down. We're going to do the silver one with the silver plated and this one. Hi, Ashley. Yep, I sure do. Because we're going to do this one in a necklace. I remember you because my grandchild, she loves Sabrina Carpenter, so I remember you. I'm going to point you down. I won't be able to see comments again for YouTube while I go down. But when I come back up, I'll look at them. Here we go. TikTok. All right, you guys see? I'm going to get rid of our gunmetal off of here. So we're going to, once again, measure this. It should be the same size. Of course it is. It is 3/4 of an inch. Remember, for our 2 split rings and 1 lobster clasp, we need another 3/4 of an inch. So that's going to mean if I want to make this 18 inches, I would be at 16 and a half. Buttercup. She goes by Buttercup here on social media. If you want to make it smaller so that it sits up here, and you can't see where I'm up here there over on, here, I'm going to move this up just a second. If you want to make it up to like right here instead of being an 18 inch, you can do that by doing like a 16 or a 17 inch necklace. So I'm going to do this one as a 17 inch. So 17 minus 1.5 inch is 15 and a half. 15 and a half inches is 7 3/4 for the length on each side. Ah, well, okay, I'll switch it again here, Missy. I'm like, some people are getting it. That is weird how some of you can get it and some of you can't. Let me try that again. And I've got glue on my fingers. All right, we're going to edit. Edit. Let's see what we can do. We'll do puff hearts. We'll see if that one works for everybody. There we go. Yeah, and Rainbow got it. So 7 3/4 inches is right here. Let me just measure that again and make sure I'm in the right spot. Yes, I am. Use your 2 pliers to open up that piece of chain. There we go. Thank you, Rose. She can do it with puffed hearts. All right. We're not, get out of the way there. I'm going to open one towards me, one away. Take that off. I'm going to put half of my closure on, and then we're going to shut that up. One of the things I forgot to show you guys, because I had it done on the last one, but let me show you here. If I can make sure I'm getting this together, you got to make sure that when you bring your chain back together, that you are bringing it back snugly together, not overlapping and not a space in between. There we go. That took me a moment. Now, to open up a split ring, you use that little piece that jigs down to be at the edge of the split ring, kind of like that. You'll see that there is a little bit that goes over the side of it. That's what we're going to hang our connect our lobster clasp on there with. But you can't go too far back. I'm not far enough. There we go. That it closes. There's a sweet spot that you have to figure out when you're doing this. It hangs on by a ledge, and then you grab your pliers and you push it all the way around. Hi, Rosie. All right, so that is how you do that. Now, to determine, to make sure our lengths are the same length, I just use them and measure them against each other. So right here, they're both together. I go down. This is the last link. And it's really just smoothing it out and making sure you got the right link. And then you open it. Take off that and put your other part of your closure on. And then you close it up. That's it for making the chain. Now you're going to connect the chain to the connector by using the opposite end. This is the one that's open. And put that on. There's one side done. And then here is the other side. We're going to open that one up, one towards you, one away. Connect it, and then go the opposite way that you did to open it to close it. And I'm not right there yet, so you just wiggle it till you get it there. There you are. That's it. Whoops, I did not get that shut right. This is the hard part right now with when I am on lives, I have too much light at me with my astigmatism, and I can't always see to make sure I get it closed correctly. I have to double check things after live. I see that it's still open. I could see it there. Hi, you.
How much longer do you have?
Just a little bit.
How long is a little bit?
Well,
Like 5 minutes.
I don't know. There we go. There is the second one.
So how much money do I have altogether? $4 and $8. How much is that?
How do you have 12?
Because you said that I'm just under 9 minutes the first time, and then I had 4 before.
Honey, can we talk about that after I'm off the live? Thank you. All right, I'm going to put you guys up. There we go. And here is the finished one. Bring it up close here. And it is very similar to mine. I'm going to show you guys mine versus that one. Mine is a little bit darker, but there are different shades to it. Whoop. Ah, we've got to spin it. There we go. That is the difference. But that's really simple, isn't it? This one's mine, and this one is this one. I wonder what this one will look like with this. So this, we made it 17, so it's a little bit shorter than the first one. So we're going to make this a little bit. We'll put this on, and then we'll bring it up. Okay. I got that on backwards. Let's flip this one around. There we go. There we are. Now we can make this one a little bit longer. And we can grab this one. And I have 2 cabochon setting ones. I don't know what this is going to look like. I'm just messing around. I might make that a little bit up a little bit. There we go. That one is flipped. Let me flip him. There we go. So you can do all kinds of fun things. I'm just like, wow. I'm liking them. Would I wear them? I don't think so, but guess what? I think it's really cool. And that's the one thing, because I can't wear layered necklaces. I can't do it. But I like that. I would have never thought to put 2 cabochon like ones together, but I like those 2. All right, I want to know. Okay, I'm going to do what I normally do not do. And I said, we'll see if we're going to make one of these into a necklace. I'm going to make this one a 17-inch one and put 2 prints together. Okay, so we're going to make another one. Oh, there they are. I just need these. All right, I'm going to point you guys back down. We're going to do another one so you guys can see how it all goes together. Okay, once again, we're going to measure. It's probably going to be, because it's the same setting, 3/4 of an inch. And guess what? It is 3/4 of an inch. This will be 3/4 of an inch, so that's 1.5 inches. Now, we are going to take our split ring pliers, and we're going to do this before we start working with our chain, like we should have done before, but I didn't. And we are going to put that split ring on the lobster clasp, lobster claw clasp. And so it is hanging and dangling there. Okay, So I'm going to make this a 17-inch necklace. So that means I need 7 3/4 inch of chain again. Same math. Yes, it sure is expressing my heart. You will always find my tutorials saved on YouTube because I can save lives there. So if you are on TikTok, to get to my YouTube, you would go to that CJS logo at the top. Then that will bring up the CJS logo down below. And then you will go to the profile at that point, and there's a line in my profile that says Lemonade. You will touch that line. That line will give you two rectangle boxes at the bottom of the screen. The one that says Linktree is the one you want to go to. You see how these are lined up together? We're going to go down to where these two are even with each other, which is right where my finger was at. That's the one we're going to open. That makes it the same length. And then once you get to that second rectangle and push that, you will get to a list that pops up, a list of different things. Hi, Jack. Put on the bottom, or the second part of your closure, and then close this up. Once you're there, go all the way to the bottom, and that will get you to my YouTube, and that will send you directly over, and then you can subscribe to me on YouTube. So if anybody's liking what we're seeing here on this tutorial, please either follow me on TikTok or subscribe to me on YouTube. We do tutorials twice a week. We also do chat times twice a week. We're going to open up the end that is not on the closure end and connect our connector to it. Ah, thank you. And we're going to open this one and put this one on there. There we go. Woohoo! I'll do the giveaway here in just a second, Geraldine. I will go up and then we'll do it. And then I'll show you what this one looks like when it's done. All right. There we go. All right. Both YouTube and TikTok can do this. What it is that you just put colors in the chat. So go ahead and put those in there. I'm going to pick the color here on TikTok. All right, there we go. Go ahead and put colors in and we'll see who put the right color in first. Holy. Okay, when you guys see this, I like it together. Now I want to get more cabochons for you guys, and I got to get more connectors. I'm just making sure and seeing both of the chats here to see if YouTube is going to get it before someone on TikTok. And then I'll tell you what the giveaway is after that. We don't have a Paige here for her eggplant. I just saw someone say eggplant, but it wasn't Paige. Okay, I'm going to give a clue. It is related to September. There we go. Let's see who got it. Miss Rose, you are the winner for this round. She guessed sapphire, and then Rosie, it looks like, did it too. So that is was the color. So Rose, you will get $5 off your invoice. Congratulations. All right. It's your birthday. I was like, okay, I was like, oh, I forgot to give it at 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh, I'll just say the month. All right, everybody. I'm going to show you what the two cabochon prints look like together. And I don't know. It needs something. It needs a third, but I don't know that this necklace that I have it paired with, to me, is not the necklace in my mind. I don't know. You guys can tell me differently. Okay, I sure will. But here we are. I'm going to show you guys up close this one. Here it is for you on TikTok. And there we go. We got it to focus there with all the colors. And there you go on YouTube. I really do like these two together. I really do. I'm going to take this one off and see if you guys can see it better with those two, because this one has just a little bit of that green background color in it, and it just goes together. I'm loving that together. Who would have thought that would have worked? So, and I don't know if I have a lot of the floral prints. I will be bringing some of these to it on. Now, if I would have done a green color with that in between those two, that I think would have been awesome. Let me show you. Got to change the name so I don't forget to do that. So I will be, I am going to be putting an order in. Let me see something. I'm going to go look and see right now, because I only have 198 of the silver. And I will be honest, that's all I could get back then. But now with everything changing with the tariffs, they opened up a lot more options for me to get things. So let me see if I can get some more of those. I cannot ship them expedited shipping as of last night, but maybe with the announcements this morning, I might be able to. Let me just check here in a second. Search. Oh, I don't have the letters in there right. Let's change this. There we, whoops, not there, there. Now let's search. I can get them again. So, yep, we got 90 days. And so I can get those. I'm going to just look here. I don't have very many 16 millimeter circles. I can get them in 12, 10, and 8. So I will for sure get some more of the 12s on my next order. Yep, I can get those. Now the question I have, if I can get those, would you guys like them in packages of like 5 or 10? I will be doing kits with these, which means that there will not be 198 available. I'll do the kits on Friday night and then bring the remaining of them back into theirs. I'll get them not this Saturday, Rose, in kit in 5s, but when I go to order again here, I will get them in 5s, okay? In packages of 5s. And they are stainless steel, just to let y'all know. And buy pieces in 5 per bag. Save. Okay. So I got those in there. And I'll see if I can get other, like, I would love to see if I could get black or gunmetal. I would love to try to get some gold, and that type of thing. And I'll see what other ones I can find, and we'll bring those. So I'm excited about this. So I hope you guys, rose gold, I'll see if I can get rose gold. You guys are going to laugh. I'm going to do this so I do not forget. Connectors. Connector settings. Let's see what colors. This chain that I used at the silver is my favorite chain, which I will be bringing as soon as I can find where it is at in one of my boxes. I will tell you, I am bringing that one. Hey, I can get some oval ones. Again, I've done the oval size ones are 25 by 18 or 18 by 13. So let me, okay. And those are going to be in antique silver. And then let's see. I'm just looking here. I'm just excited that I can order more again. Ryan's probably like, am I ever going to get my living room back? And I'm like, yeah, no. Thank you, Bells and Whistles Decor, for the follow. What size is this one? I can get a 25, and I'm going to order the 25. Let's see. I'm going to order the 25 millimeter circle connector. And that one was in silver. I am looking for different metals here. And Buttercup's video is really nice, really loud. It was nice to meet you too. I hope you enjoy us here. We do all kinds of fun things. We were learning today how to do that one. Ooh, whoa. What size tray is that? Oh, that's an 8 millimeter. I don't want to do an 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter to me is small. Yes. Yep, I am with you on that one there, Rose. I can get an oval in the antique bronze also. Where I'm ordering these from, this this vendor is willing to help offset the tariffs right now. One of the manufacturers that I use, I have two wholesalers that I use, and both of the wholesalers are looking at helping with the tariffs and reducing the tariffs type scenario or no tariffs, but it will be by ship. Ooh. What size tray is that? I'm gonna, oh, that doesn't look like a connector as well. But the one that I use for my manufacturing for the silicones, they are not, I still would have to pay the tariffs. So with the tariffs going down, I want to try to get that order in as soon as possible, so that because of the lead time it takes to get them here. So they may go up in price a little bit. We'll see. I am not able to get rose gold. I did get a gold and I did get antique bronze, but I do not see a black or gunmetal. So I'm trying, you guys. I'll try to get more for you. Okay, we're going to do that one. Wow. So that's what we're going to work on. I will work on getting an order together and get that sent out. Hi, Mama Nona, Sissy, how are you? So I am going to hop off here. I'm going to go be sourcing more because you guys know I love to source for you. We're going to work on that. And then tomorrow I will be live. I believe it is 1 o'clock, but don't quote me. I would say go check the social media posts with the schedule on it. I'll be live on both YouTube and TikTok for our chat time. And then tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I will be on TikTok only for our silicone sale. And I will have different prints of the 15 millimeter rounds, and I will bring some of the color ones that I still have remaining. The prints are going to be more, I'm finishing up the summer and I'm hitting the fall ones and the Halloween ones. So we're getting towards that time of year where we need to start thinking about what are we going to be doing for fall. And I know that is ahead, and I will start bringing tutorials on the fall colors and, ideas of what to make. But I want to keep us going with our summertime, because usually our summer sales are like June and July, and you can be making right now in May for those. So I want us to, make sure you got enough stock for that. And then in the next probably 3 or 4 weeks, we will flip over to the fall and winter. All right, because I want to make sure that we are staying on top of the trends. So that is what we're going to do for the next couple of days. I will see you tomorrow at about 1 o'clock, I believe is what time it is. You have a great night too, Rose. And if your mom's there, hi, Mom. We'll just call her Mom. I hope y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.